Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Butterfly Dreams Crochet. My name is Jeannie, and today we're going to be reviewing some ergonomic crochet hooks that I got off of Amazon. We're going to see what we like about them and what we don't like about them. I'm going to introduce my other camera to the screen here in just a little bit. But before we do, welcome back to our channel. I thank each and every one of y'all, whether you're new or returning. Butterflies, thank y'all so much for being a part of our channel. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to look at these hooks underneath the other camera. I have some Just Premier yarn worsted. I have a part of a Premier sweet roll cake. And I have some cotton and acrylic yarn that come from Michael's, and I'm going to grab we'll have some cotton. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby, and we're going to see how this works up with each one of these different types of yarns. And we're going to be testing the drag on the hook and how does it work with the hook. So I'm going to go ahead and add this camera in to the stream. We're going to switch around, and I'm going to go small. Okay, so this hook set is called Ergonomic Crochet Hooks with Roll Felt Bag Crochet Hook Set for Arthritic Hands, size from B to J. And you can get them for $14.39, 5% off coupon, so they would be less than that. So, but we're going to look at them and see what we like about them and what we don't like about them before y'all run out and purchase them. And I will have the link to these in the description box down below. So let's look at them. All right. When I first opened these up, the first thing I noticed is you have these little notions here. And you get this tube of metal darning needles, which I really, really like. That they're metal and that they're not plastic. And you get short ones and you get ones with a little longer. Now these have blunt ends. The smaller ones do have a little more of a point on them, but they're really, really good for weaving in your ends. Now I do notice that right off the bat, this one is bent. The head of it is bent, which is not a real big problem. You can still get your thread through there. You get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like you get 9 darning needles. Those are really good for weaving in your ends. The tube is not cracked, which is a plus. And you get a little pack of these plastic stitch markers. And you have a little place there to keep them, or you could actually take those out and put a pair of scissors in there if you wanted to. Now, one thing I did notice when I opened these is that the hooks do not come in order. It starts here with 3.0, then goes to 4, then down to 2.5, up to a 5, up to a 5.5, up to a 2. Down to a 2.0, then the 6, 4.5, and 3.5. So they're not in any type of order. So what I'm going to do is pull the 2.0 out, and we're going to look at it. Now, these are very soft. This is kind of a hard plastic, but this grip is very soft. If you're a knife holder, I think it would work really well because most of them hold their hooks like this, and you got an extension out past your palm, which is what you like. You have a pretty nice long shaft that's pretty much the same size till you get back here to the handle, and then it increases. So you would definitely have to be careful to not bring your yarn back there when crocheting, or you could adjust the size of your stitch and it not be an actual 2.0. Now, I won't be using this one to crochet with today, but this feels very smooth. I like to look at them and feel them to make sure that they don't have any roughness to them. So, and this right here will have a tendency to rub off. You can take some clear fingernail polish and put on it, and that'll help preserve it. Or you can take a marker and write on the back of here what size it is. That way, if it happens to rub off, you'll always know what size it is, because that is not engraved into the hook. Next, we're going to go with our 2.5. Now, one thing I will say is the colors of these hooks are amazing. They're bright, they're cheerful, and you would want to crochet with them, right? Again, this one is very, very smooth, rubbing it in my hands. Same structure, and I would do the same thing. Put some fingernail polish on there, or take and write a the size on the back. Now I'm going to lay these out and I'm going to put them in order. The next size up is a 3.0. Now see, it's like some little indentions in this one right here. It does still feel smooth. The tips are smooth. I don't know if that would be a problem or not, but we can definitely work with it and see. So I'm going to leave that one laying there. And I'm going to slip that 2.0 back in its spot. Oops. Poked out the hole down here. And the next one would be our 3.5. Now this one does not feel as smooth. It's not as slick as the other ones are. So I'm going to lay it to the side as well, and we're going to work with it. Then we have our 4.0. Now it's smooth. For the most part, same. Really good. Even as a pencil holder, it would be good to crochet with. Now these are boy style hooks. They're tapered, not inline. I'm going to put that 2.5 right there. And then we have our 4.5 here, which is smooth. And it's green. Now it has little, little things here where they didn't shave it all the way down. But I mean, that's nothing major. As long as your yarn don't hang up on the hooks and stuff like that, all that stuff is just aesthetics. And you can take a little blade and get it off yourself. So the next one would be our 5.0, which is in my favorite color, which is purple. Now, I do notice that the shafts do get a little bit shorter on some of these than the other ones, but they're all going to be the same size. And these will look a little bit longer because of them being so small. But yes, purple is my favorite color. This one feels smooth. It doesn't feel like it's got any scratches or anything on it. But that is one thing that I inspect when I get hooks, especially hooks off of Amazon or eBay. And this is the 5.5. It is smooth, but it feels my hands are even getting caught up on it a little bit. So we'll leave it out and we'll work with it as well. And then we have the big daddy of them all, which is a 6.0. It's very smooth. One thing I did notice though with this one is they left some of the red right here, which you can see. It's not a big problem. You can just peel it off, see? But yeah, they have some amazing colors. So I'm going to put the 6 there. Then I'm going to put the 5 here. We're going to put them in order. I do like my hooks to be in order. That way you can just go right on in and grab them. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in here. So we're going to work with a couple of them and just see how they are with different types of yarn. I'm going to start with this cotton and acrylic It's a Michael's yarn. And we're just going to work up some and see how does it glide on the hook. Now remember, this one had like a little indentation in it, so we're going to see, does it? Yeah, see, it's not being real smooth on the hook. And that could be fixed. You could take some wax paper and rub on it, or you can take your yarn and rub on it, put some friction to it, and that might help it out a little bit. These hooks are very lightweight. Other than the little drag with this yarn, I'm not having any issues with it. I'm going to just turn and work a couple of double crochets with it. Now, one thing about this yarn, I do love it, and it makes beautiful stitch definitions. Don't matter what hook you use. So yeah, I think the more you work with this, the smoother your shaft will become. So I'm not saying anything bad about that. Now we're going to go to 3.5, and I'm just going to go right on into this swatch here. And we're going to see. Yeah, I'm having to put a little more pull with this one than I did the 3.0. This one is not as smooth. The glide on it is not as smooth. And I apologize if y'all hear my phone going off. It's probably emails coming through. So yeah, I'm having to put a little more pull on this one. Let's see what it does with the Premier Sweet Roll, which is 100% acrylic. It's not as bad with the acrylic yarn as it is with that cotton and acrylic yarn. So, and the more you use it, the more it'll smooth that shaft out. My yarn is not snagging on it, so that means that the metal is smooth. Now, I do have a set that I will be reviewing that one of those hooks you cannot use in that set at all. So, yeah. So that one is fine with the acrylic. And that's the 3.5. Let's test the 4.0 out with the acrylic and see how it does. And it's good to do each hook when you get a new set and see how it does with different yarns, because now see, this one is a lot smoother than the 3.5, because you don't want to start a project with a hook that you got to be fighting with your yarn to get it off the hook, or you got to put a lot more force behind your hook in order to make the yarn slide on the hook and off, because then you're just damaging your wrist. So, and even though these are boy style hooks, what I'm finding with these is your yarn is not getting hung up on the tip of the head. So I will give the head of the hook a really good review, because you are not having snags on the tip of the actual hook. which is a plus for me because that's a problem that I run into when I use boy style hooks, is this part here will snag the yarn. So not happening here with these. And I just did a whole row of double crochets in that 4.0 hook. Well, I will have done a whole row when I get this last one done. Can't say you done a whole row till the last one is done. All right. So that was the 4.0. Now let's try the 5.0. Let's go up a couple of sizes and let's try it. Oh, very, very smooth. Very smooth, yes. And what I really like about these is they're so lightweight. Now, John Boy calls these hooks the Colgate hooks. Because he says they look like Colgate toothbrushes, which they really do. Now, Hobby Lobby also sells hooks that look like these. And they're the same hooks, y'all. They just package some for Hobby Lobby, which I have the 5.0 right here. So let's look at it. So how you can tell the difference in the two is the writing on them. This one right here is black. That one is written in purple. This is the Hobby Lobby, and this is the one from Amazon. And on camera, the colors look a little bit different, but they're not. They're identical in color. So let's switch over to the Hobby Lobby one, which is this one, 5.0, and let's see how it does. So again, lightweight, smooth, no snagging. Crochets really, really well. I'm not having to put any force behind my hook to get it off the hook. So it's not dragging. So, yep. About the same. Now, I will say this, though. The head of this hook is bigger on the Hobby Lobby. This is the Hobby Lobby hook, the Yarnology hook. And this is the one from Amazon. And this one is a little bit shorter. But that head is a lot bigger. So, and the shaft is bigger. So let's do something right quick. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb so we don't get disturbed anymore. And I'm going to grab my elephant. And we're going to do a true test to these. Now, what this is a crochet gauge, crochet hook gauge. Now, this is a 5. This is the one from Amazon. So, it fits into the 5.0 with no space in between. It will not fit into the 4.5. And it will fit in there, but you got wiggle room. And this is the one from Hobby Lobby. It fits in the 5.0 too. And that one does not fit in the 4.5 either. So, according to this, it is a 5.0 hook. But you can clearly see that head is bigger on the one from Hobby Lobby, which is the back one here, than the one from Amazon. It looks bigger. Let me see if I can get this better in another way. Okay, so this is the Hobby Lobby one. It's got the black writing, and this is the, yeah, see, you can see it right there. It protrudes out a little bit more. And it's got a bigger head, thicker head on it. See that? And the ones from Amazon is not quite as tall as the ones from Hobby Lobby. So both of them work really good though. Now what I would not do is work a project, start a project with the one from Amazon and then say, oh, I can't find that hook. Oh, I have it in Hobby Lobby. Let me grab that one and use it. Your stitches are going to come out a little bit bigger because of that head being bigger. And you can see it here too. This was all done in 5.0. And then this row was done in the 5.0 with the Hobby Lobby. And you can see those stitches are bigger than this one. And let's just test it again. And I'm going to put the one from Amazon back on the hook. And we're going to work a row of double crochets back down. All right. Yeah, you can see a difference in the hook size, the stitch size. And another thing too is this one is not as tapered as far down. This one begins its taper further back the shaft than this one does. So you don't have as much of a tapered area here on the Hobby Lobby hook. So that's a good thing though. You don't want to start a project with the one that you get off of Amazon and then end up not being able to finish your product. Now this is the 5.5. Now I'm gonna bring in this. I love this yarn. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby, and just work up a little couple of chains or something with it just to see how it glides, because it's 100% cotton, and it's now this is a very soft cotton, y'all. All right, so one. Oh, it glides really good. Yep. Real good. So for this set, I will give this one if I had to rate it 10 out of 10, I would probably say 9 out of 10, only because the hooks didn't come in order. We like our hooks in order, y'all. And plus you get 9 metal darning needles and you get some stitch markers. And you got this extra space here. You could always put a pair of scissors in there if you needed to. And you could have your stitch markers, your darning needles, and your scissors. And you can roll it up and put your band back on it and throw it in your project bag and take it with you. And guess what? You got hooks of all sizes with you. But yes, just remember, whatever hook size whatever hook you start a project with, try to finish that project with that hook size. Even though you have one that's the same size, but not all hooks are actual. A 5 is not an actual true 5 in every other hook because you have different people making these hooks. And it depends on their mold that they use. So, always start and finish with the same hook on any project that you do. I hope y'all like this review. Let me know what y'all think about it in the description box down below, in the comments down below. That description box is for me to put stuff in. And I will leave the link to these in the description box. Now, I am not affiliated with Amazon in any type of way. So if you purchase these hooks, is it guaranteed that you'll get a set that you can use every hook in? Probably not. Are they economically priced? They are, because you get a full set, 9 darning needles, and some stitch markers. Plus, they come in a little felt roll for less than $14 because right now they have a 5% off coupon. I will not receive any kind of monetary donations or anything from Amazon if you purchase these hooks. I just like getting stuff, trying them, and letting y'all know what I think about them. So, yes, thank y'all for watching. And remember, always be kind to one another. And until next time, I will see y'all in the YouTube streets. Now, this video will be started. That's not what I wanted to say. I just had a major brain fog, y'all. I love you all. Thank y'all so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.